quarter 6, they had 3.9. That's 1/10 of a second off the Thomas & Mack arena record. Gentlemen, let's go to it. Let's go. Long handle on the back. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. Give them some. Give them some. 3.7. Whee! Oh, that's cooking.
No, that's a brand new arena record. 3.7.
Tryan and Patrick Smith. It's Montana and Texas again. Brother Travis is out. He went out a minute ago. But ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Smith. Give him a shot at the heels. Oh, yes! You did it! New record! New record! They did it! They did it! A new arena record!
Get up!
What do you want to do with the new record holders? Last night at a 3 5/10 of a second. That's the new arena record. Ladies and gentlemen, Clay Tryan at the head end. The hot shark Patrick Smith. This is another one of those Montana, Texas matchups. Ladies and gentlemen, they are out on one butt. 155,000. Do it! 4 seconds flat. That's a second and another $12,000.
That should do the math.
I'm Clay Tryan, the 2005 World Champion header, and I got my start in team roping. I grew up doing it. My whole family rodeos. My mom, my dad, they actually got me started. My dad made the national finals in 1984. So as a kid, I grew up around it, and my mom barrel raced, and so as a kid, that's kind of all I knew. I kind of grew up on the road a little bit, and then my parents settled down when I first started school, so I kind of took a break from it for a while. But then when I got to about age 14, I started really getting interested, and I'd roped a little bit, but not a whole lot. I mean, I'd roped a lot and competed a little bit, but I was really starting to get focused on, like, maybe this is what I want to do as a career, and so I started working hard at it. And my dad, he was always right there to help us along the way. I got a brother too that he makes the national finals as well, and we kind of just grew up together roping. And then when we started trying to make it as a career, we started working real hard at it and kind of taking it real serious, and that was kind of a turning point. And when I got out of high school, the first guy I went down to stay with was Alan Bach, and that's where I got saved. I'd kind of grown up in a church. I went to a church when I was a kid and went every Sunday, but never really got the most important thing out of it, which was that you needed to be saved. And Romans 10:9-10 explains that. And that's where I got saved. Alan Bach, I have a neat story. When you stay at Alan's house, there's no way you're not gonna, he has Bible studies in the mornings, and there's no way that you're not gonna get out of that. So at 7 o'clock every morning, this big guy that worked for me, he was about 6'7", probably 280 pounds, come and woke me up every morning. We went to Bible studies, and I started getting into the Word and reading it, and knew that I wanted to be saved, and I did that immediately. I got saved and baptized in a ditch out behind his house on the same day.
Clay Tryan, Montana, Mikey. Let Mikey have a pitch. Michael Jones, Stephenville, Texas. Folks, what just happened? What just happened 24 hours ago with the new arena record? What do you do tonight? Yes!
Hillside from Midland, Texas. Montana's well represented, so's the Lone Star State. They came into this year's Wrangler National Finals in the #1 spot after a full year of consistent roping together. They're not empty by any means right here, right now. They've already made a pretty good sum of money after 3 performances in their talent together, better than $15,000 a man. Yeah, they made a pronouncement both to Andy Bleeker and to us. They're going for the rounds. They want the record.
Hey.
They're going to rope for the record.
Hey.
There it is again. There it is again.
When I started praying and understand what the power of prayer could do for you, I seen some things, you know, really change in my life, just my attitude and the blessing that started coming to me. But I was about 18 years old, 19 years old then, and I didn't really understand. I didn't fall out of the Word, but I kind of wasn't reading on it, didn't stay up, wasn't trying to seek God that much. And for a couple of years of my life right there, I didn't really have a whole lot of trials, but just things didn't go real smoothly, and it just seems like I kind of developed almost a negative attitude, almost a worldly attitude about things. And then I started back in 2001, and me and my brother kind of spent the whole summer of 2000. Me and him, we didn't rope together, but because we both had, but we went to all the rodeos, me, him, and my dad, and that next year in 2001, me and him were both going to try to make the national finals. And then it just seemed like I started getting around the right people again, because when I was 18, 19, I was around that, but then about 2 years there, I was around some people that weren't really believers and weren't living for the Lord at all, and I kind of found myself just kind of falling into what they do, and I mean, nothing bad at all, but not seeking God. And in 2001, I started getting back around the right people again, you know, around Alan Bach, Clay Cooper, and I seen some things, you know, happen in my life that, you know, we got blessed, me and my brother, with he bought a great horse, and we both rode him for the first year, and that started my career really. And so in 2001, we both made the national finals, and that as a roper, when you start as a kid, your biggest dream is to make the national finals rodeo, and to accomplish that was one of the greatest feelings I had as a roper, just qualifying for it. But then after that, if you're dedicated to it, like me and him both were, we wanted to go farther with it. And for a couple of years, I kind of had some down years. I didn't really have a horse. I made the finals, but I wasn't really doing what I needed to do. And I started getting in the Word, started praying a lot. And I got me a little better horse. So I was always praying for a horse. And God knows our needs, and He knew what I needed to become a better roper and propel my career. And it took a while. That's prayer. You might pray for something, it might not happen overnight, and I'm here to say that it took a while. And the coolest story I almost have about is a horse that I ride today, and he actually belongs to my wife and mother-in-law, and that horse is a true blessing, because the way his story is, he was just an average horse until about 1.5 years ago when I started riding him, and I'd been praying for a horse. I needed that better horse to take me to the next level. And God's timing is unbelievable. We think we know the right time, but we don't, and the Lord knows it. And the timing was right when I just started roping with Patrick and was headed to the NFR, and the timing was right. Me and my wife were married. We were dating for the first part of it, and we always said, you know, we kind of laughed about it and said, well, if I'd have known this horse was this good, you might have thought that I married you for that. And so we joke about it, but there might be some truth in that. We were married, and then I just started riding that horse about 6 to 8 months later, and that horse has been outstanding. And he's been what's made my career. He's taken me to the next level. And horses, the way he wasn't, they're not supposed to get better the older they get at a certain age, or not have the ability, and then all of a sudden one day have it. And I believe the Lord put that horse there for me, and he's propelled my career. And that's what happened in 2004. I roped with Michael Jones at the national finals, and I rode that horse there, and it was the second time I'd ever rode him in a rodeo, and we won $95,000 and won the NFR average, and that kind of gave me the confidence for 2005, I was really looking forward to roping with Patrick, and I had that horse, and that was and then 2005 was the most unbelievable year I've ever had in my life, and things just went right. But the reason they went right is because I had the Lord with me the whole time. I spent 2005. I tried to learn more and seek God more than I ever had in my life, and it's kind of neat how hand in hand, the more I seeked Him, the more blessings I had. The tithes, the more money I was making. The horses were good. Patrick's good. And then being equally yoked, being both Christians and having the same, that just makes it easier to travel and just life easier. And the Lord just put it all there in front of me. I got a baby on the way, doing about a month, and an outstanding wife, and all of that just come together. And I believe because it was me seeking the Lord and building up a relationship for Him and allowing Him to bless me. Before, I think I was out of it, and I wasn't allowing myself. I was holding myself back from the blessings. And then in 2005, we went to the National Finals Rodeo and won a World's Championship and had an outstanding year, won the BFI, one of the biggest ropings of the year, and it couldn't have been more satisfying.
Tryan family from Billings, this is Clay. Michael Jones, Erath County, Stephenville. Let's go get your second round time, boys, of 4 and 5. Do that again. The Coors is on me tonight. Come on, guys. Come on, boys. 15-7 last night. You got all the snakes.